Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Monday Night Raw review of the 21st of the 1st 2025 episode. I just want to say before we get into it, I apologise that for the past couple of weeks there hasn't been these reviews. I've been a little bit ill, but we're on the mend. We're doing better. So without further ado, let's get into this week's Raw review. So, opening segment, we kicked off with main event Jey Uso. Obviously, this weekend at Saturday night's main event, he takes on Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, Jey kicked off the show. We had a funny little moment of Michael Cole taking Pat's place with the whole yeeting thing. He almost blew a gasket. Jey basically came out and was obviously talking about this weekend and how he's going to take the World Heavyweight Championship from Gunther. Do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. But we can dream. He was obviously then, of course, interrupted by Gunther, who was basically just mocking him and calling him a clown, effectively. Being like, oh, last week you almost had me, you made me a believer. And then you come out this week and you're still doing the whole yeet thing and all of that. Then after the verbal exchange, it then breaks down, as most promo segments do. And we ended up with a brawl. Jey Uso getting the better of Gunther. Will that be the outcome this weekend? We'll have to wait and see. But to open the show, decent. Nothing to write home about, but it's aight. And then we got our first match of the night, which there's been a lot of confusion around this. Last week it was advertised that the New Day were going to be in action. Then we actually get to the show, and in actual fact it's not. It's Rey Mysterio versus Kofi. So, I don't know what's going on with the New Day right now. I know that they're changing presentation and whatnot. They came out complaining that they were still using the New Day music and all of that. But yeah, the actual match itself was fine. It was decent. There was a botched moment where I don't know how this happened. I don't know how physically it's possible. But outside the ring, there's a spot. Kofi goes to powerbomb Rey, and Rey just kind of flips over onto his back and powerbombs himself. I don't know anymore. But Rey Mysterio did get the win over Kofi Kingston. Xavier Woods, who accompanied Kofi, was ejected from ringside after interference. Rey capitalised on the situation, countering Kofi's SOS into a pinfall to pick up the win. Again, fun match. I think it maybe could have benefited from a little bit more time, but it is what it is. Oh, God. Right, and next, I could rant about this for literal decades. So, up next was Bayley against Nia Jax, and honestly, I am sick of seeing this match. If it's not these two, then it's Tiffany Stratton that was involved, it's Naomi that's involved, it's Bianca that's involved. Basically, that collection of women over on SmackDown, Naomi, Bianca, Bayley, Tiffany, Candice, those five seem to be the only five women on the entire blooming roster. On SmackDown, at least. And now it's carrying over to Raw, because we had Bayley against Nia for what feels like the 27th time this month. I mean, look, I cannot wait for Charlotte, Becky, Asuka, rest of Damage Control to come back, because my God, I'm tired of this match. I'm over it. Look, the actual match itself, I think this was their best one of recent memory. But have them fight other people. I mean, it does look like now we're getting a Rhea-Nia feud. Obviously, that match got made official for this weekend. Rhea defends against Nia Jax at Saturday night's main event. But in her return to Raw, Bayley faced Nia Jax. Obviously, Bayley is now confirmed to be a Raw superstar. Bayley was defeated after Nia executed her Annihilator Splash from the turnbuckle, leading to a pinfall victory post-match. Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley confronted Nia, seeking retribution for an earlier backstage attack. Which, yeah, at the start of the show, as Rhea is arriving to the arena, Nia attacked her, so hence we got the match we got. But please, Triple H, I know you're not watching this, but on the off chance that you see this, please have Nia and Bayley fight other people, okay? Please. And that goes for Bianca, Naomi, Candice, just all of them. Have them fight different women, please. And then up next, the insane Luchador Penta, who has already become one of, if not my favourite current wrestler to watch in WWE, at least on the Raw side of things. Penta emerged victorious against Pete Dunne in a competitive bout, finishing with a Penta driver to secure the win. Obviously, right now, Penta's not involved in the story. It's kind of a weird time now where it's like, he debuted last week, right? we can't really put him into a story yet, because obviously the Rumble's coming up, so there wouldn't be much point. I'd imagine he's going to be in the Rumble. So it's kind of a weird area right now where it's like, we're not going to put him on Saturday Night's main event because we've already got a card for that, right? Rumble's coming up, so he's going to be in the Rumble, so there's not much point in starting a story because we can actually use the Rumble to start a story, if that makes sense. So right now he's kind of just building up momentum, you know? But Penta, my God, I am in shock and awe, and I'm excited when I watch him. His presentation's been great. I mean, there's nothing bad I can say. I mean, as someone that doesn't watch AEW, doesn't really look anywhere other than WWE, Penta's a name that I've heard of. I've just never seen him wrestle a full match. And already, he's been 2 weeks, he's been here, and I'm hooked. I have kind of always had a little bit of a soft spot for luchadors. Obviously, Rey Mysterio, everybody loves, right? But for me, people like Rey Mysterio, people like Sin Cara, you know, as controversial as his character was, I guess, for all the botching. But Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio, like, these kinds of guys, maybe not so much the ones after them in the sense of, like, Dragon Lee, because I haven't seen enough yet, you know what I mean? But I do have a soft spot for luchadors, and I'd look, massive respect to them. But Penta is already, he's right up there for me, man. In terms of not even just luchadors, in terms of just guys that I find exciting in the ring. Motor City Machine Guns have done the same thing. They've come in, they're quite exciting. That's a tongue twister. Motor City Machine Guns have kind of been on my radar a little bit because I used to watch TNA. But other than that, honestly, Penta and Motor City Machine Guns are two of my favourite matches to watch on a weekly basis now, because they're just so entertaining, so fun to watch, and I'm hooked, you know? See, now, up next, we have the Damage Control match, which was Damage Control against Pure Fusion Collective. I'll be honest, didn't see the match. I'm not kidding, and I did kind of leave to make a sandwich. So I have no idea how this match went. I don't know how good the match was. I can't imagine it was a banger. But there was a clip I've seen of Shayna hitting like a springboard drop kick on Dakota or something, or a missile drop kick. That was pretty intense. But yeah, Damage Control's Dakota Kai and Io Sky defeated Zoe and Shayna. The match concluded when Sky hit the over the moonsault on Baszler for the pinfall. That's about all I can give you on that one, because I didn't see the match. So to our main event, Seth Rollins against Drew McIntyre, WrestleMania 40 rematch. In the main event, Seth triumphed over Drew in a hard-fought match lasting about 17 minutes. Both superstars showcased their resilience and athleticism, but Rollins ultimately secured the win. After the match, McIntyre attacked Seth, leading to Sami Zayn getting involved. However, during the chaos, Zayn struck Seth with a Helluva Kick, which I think he needs a new finisher because this is becoming a pattern. It is worth mentioning as well that earlier in the night, Sami had a promo segment with Kevin Owens, which was interesting. And Kevin's basically gaslighting him, saying, you know, oh, I've got your back if you have mine. You know, forget about all the Roman Reigns stuff, you know. Until at the Royal Rumble, Sami's nowhere to be seen to help Kevin, and then Kevin blows a gasket. But yeah, overall, Seth against Drew, fun match. Didn't require a finish to finish the match, which was kind of refreshing in some aspects. And yeah, it concludes a pretty average show, to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh, it was a banger, it was great. It wasn't bad. It just also didn't blow me away massively, you know? It did the job is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, some other highlights of the show. Obviously, Nia, we mentioned earlier, attacked Rhea at the start of the night. JBL was actually on commentary for the Rey Mysterio and Kofi Kingston match, which was pretty fun. I've missed JBL on commentary, you know. Him and Cole work really well together. And I'll be honest, I find myself, you know, during Raw, if there is a situation now where Corey Graves isn't allowed to do commentary anymore, like, whatever, I would not mind Michael Cole and JBL doing commentary on some show. I don't know if it's going to happen, because JBL's currently, like, touring the indies right now, clotheslining people just because. So, yeah, I don't know if we get that, but it'd be pretty fun to have JBL back on commentary permanently. Oh, and CM Punk's promo, oh my god. CM Punk delivered a fiery promo addressing his intentions for the Rumble and taking shots at several superstars, including Hulk Hogan. Obviously, Hulk Hogan came back on the Raw premiere and got booed out of the country, let alone the building. And CM Punk basically said, look, you can put Hulk Hogan in there and I will throw his dusty ass over the top rope. Basically saying, it doesn't matter who's in front of me, I'm throwing them out. That got a big pop from the crowd. And, I can't think why. Overall, this episode, like I said, wasn't an insane show, but it wasn't bad, It was decent. It did the job. I wasn't bored. And overall, it set the stage for, obviously, Saturday night's main event. Again, builds more for the Royal Rumble with that Kevin and Sami segment. And yeah, some decent shows coming up, man. Obviously, Saturday night's main event should be fun. I think it's going to be on YouTube here in the UK and basically anywhere outside the US. Then, of course, we've got the Royal Rumble next weekend on the 1st of February, which is going to be mental. Yeah, very exciting, man. Very exciting. I am excited for the next couple of weeks. I hope you are as well. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.